Hey all, TerraZone 0 here from Mystic Mask Media. I'm going to be doing another card image stream where I'll be coloring in the next card image. Just getting set up here, so it'll just be a few minutes. Down to it. Let's see here. This one started up later than I would have liked, but this is the last one that I felt I really needed to stream. And then in the future, in the coming weeks, I am probably going to be streaming about twice a week, I want to say, for cards that are the most interesting for me personally to stream. Like I said before, I'll be working to make every image interesting and not just have some throwaway images that I've had in the past. So we're just gonna do a little more setup stuff and then we'll get started. I won't stream for too long tonight. Gotta get up early for work tomorrow. Yeah. So let's check some other things out right now. Let's see here. Gotta probably, once my computer stops lagging like crazy. It doesn't like having these programs on at the same time. It's a pretty old computer. Gotta turn that down so I don't hear double of myself. Okay. Share the link real quick because my assistant is currently busy. We're both trying to play catch-up right now. So just post this in the group. Do what I wanted it to do. Stupid thing. I'll just leave it alone then. No big deal. Come on, slow computer. Need this. I'll just post the link in the Discords. Do that real quick. And then we can get started. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to finish this one off stream, because I should probably only be up for another hour or so. I'm going to get up relatively early tomorrow, and it's long. When I go to work for a long, long time. Very long time, almost like 12 hours. It's really stupid. I don't know how long Discord's going to take to load this up. Dunked. More like my computer is getting dunked. Because it's so slow. Come on. I'll go to my Discord first. What have we been putting in? Have we been putting in this one? Yep. I'll go to the homemade TCG community as well. I have my own channel on there where I can also post. Currently streaming card image coloring. Okay. Now I can quit Discord. Okay, I'll let my assistant know that I've already posted in the posted link in the Discords. She's currently working on getting the new this week's Terra Talk ready, which is a segment I do on YouTube for those interested in checking my channel out. Some quick checks here and there, see if we're still live. Looks like we are. It's just being a really slow computer right now. Can't even scroll down. It's just not letting me. Oh, okay. I had to lift the thing up, of course. Okay. All right. I think we are going to get going now because it's already been, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. Something like that. So, today's card image, while it still is today for another hour, is Vortex Maiden, another big face in the TerraZone scene in terms of creatures. Another big creature of the main protagonist who uses wind affinity creatures. This is pretty much his go-to support creature. And she has a very handy effect for the wind affinity, letting you basically double up on their niche. So we're going to grab the original Vortex Maiden so that we can grab the colors. "2015 Vortex Maiden." And then what we're also going to do is get this ready to be colored. So view, and make this. And now we're ready to move on to the coloring stages. So get her skin tone. And just plop the colors on. Oh, right. Did I forget to do the thing? Yes, I did. Okay. There we go. There we is. So we're just going to fill her colors in now. All her basic flat colors. No. Do the thing I'm telling you to do. Okay. Okay. So that's all that. That's the next thing. Her hair. That's another big one. But yeah, I plan on doing... Hello, Pixu. How are you? I plan on doing 2 of these a week, I think. Something like that. This week I kind of spoiled the newcomers in that I wound up doing 3 streams, and I realized Monday is a little too hectic to do a stream because I already streamed with my gaming pal that day, so I figure I'll do 2 days, probably Tuesdays and Sundays. Those are the quietest days, so I will probably stream on those. Oh. I don't know why Photoshop is like that now, where I have to switch the thing. What's the spot? don't know why it's like that, where I have to switch the colors after I color pick them. It's kind of annoying. Let's see. I think you are... Which part of the vortex? That one. Swirly part. Swirly part. Swirly part. Out of curiosity, if you're still here, Pixu HLFX, did you follow the link from Discord, or did you happen across the stream? Just kind of curious, because I've done streams on YouTube a number of times, and I was hard-pressed to get anyone in to watch. Discord, cool. Awesome. So I'll be doing these about twice a week. Oh, you're Kiro. Oh, awesome. Good stuff. We're starting to get moving in terms of TerraZone right now. I'd be working on these remade card images probably like twice a week, and I'll be working on probably 4 days out of the week. I'll be actually making them, and then streaming 2 of those days. So if you're interested, I'll be doing more of these. Oop, keep doing that. Do that. So Pixu, you've read the How to Play comic, as I recall. Do you remember Vortex Maiden from the comic? Oh, what do the arrows do? The arrows are basically... Have you seen the new video that I put up on YouTube, I think about a week ago, where I was briefly going over... what was it? I was briefly going over the role changes, and I talked about how the arrows are... they're basically where you can play cards to the field. So the field is basically a 3x5 sort of grid-like thing. So there's like 5 spaces all across a row and 3 spaces as a column. And you start by playing your terrain down, which has an arrow in every direction, up, down, left, and right. And wherever there's an empty space that an arrow is pointing to is a space that you can play the card. So it lets you control more than one fighting creature at a time, and you could play a bunch of support creatures, or you could play your attachment cards. Interestingly enough, the assist creatures don't have arrows on them, so they're not dependent on being played a certain way, which makes them pretty useful when you're feeling otherwise restricted. In the case, like, you do have to pay magic points now to play fighting creatures to the field, and because of that, sometimes you're too low and you need a little extra attack power, so you could play the assist creatures to the field, and then they can fight for you as well, and you don't have to pay magic points to play them. However, you do have to pay magic points in order to use their effects, but you don't have to use their effects. In the future, we'll do a proper How to Play TerraZone again, where we'll go over all the new rules. Excuse me, and people should be able to understand better once we do. Although we have to wait until more of these card images are done, because I don't want to do a How to Play when we're still using all the old card images. Let's go. But yeah, I'll be making 4 new card images a week. I spend basically a day on them, so that I go pretty much as far as I can go illustration-wise, and that way all the images should look a lot better than their 2015 counterparts. So we'll be moving along. There'll be a lot more news and such and updates via Twitch and YouTube. And my assistant is currently working on the new TerraTalk as we speak. Normally she shares the links around, but since she's been tied up with that, I went ahead and just posted the links real quickly into Discord. I was going to put them in Facebook too, but it wasn't really working out the way I wanted it to, so I was like, ah, forget it. Oh, did I just color on the wrong layer? Hold a second. Yep. I always do that. Alright, that's not too bad. I'll just go back a few stages. Actually, no, wait. Let me just... Let's do a thing. We'll fix this one of these at a time. Okay, it's a little annoying, but we'll fix it. We'll fix it, don't worry. You should have that. That there. And as far as my process goes, I do all my line work traditionally, and I do all my coloring and finishes digitally, because I just personally feel that there's more life in my lines when I draw in real life. What else is there? Okay, the blues. Okay, what we can do then is, I realize this is a faster way I could do this. Get them off that layer. Put them on that layer. Oops. There we go. How do you get the lines to cleanly convert from traditional to digital? It's a handy little trick I found, or rather my assistant told me about. All you have to do is you scan it in like normal into Photoshop, and what you do is you go up to Image and Mode, and then you hit Bitmap. When you hit Bitmap, it turns the scan into pure white, black and white. So it gets rid of all the grays and all that nonsense. And then after you convert it to bitmap, you go to image mode grayscale, and then it converts it back into grayscale. And after that, I just change it to image mode RGB, and that lets me color it. So basically, image mode bitmap. And that sucks away all the non-blacks and whites, and it converts the image completely into pure black and white, which gets rid of like any leftover like pencil lines that you didn't erase, or any sort of like weird smudges and stuff. And then after that, like if there's any remnants left, I'll take like the lasso tool and delete them by selecting and then hitting the delete key to just get rid of any little specks and things that may have been picked up in the scan. Yeah, originally I had a much more tedious way of cleaning things up, and that was actually taking the eraser and just erasing it. It took forever. I would go back to these images here and just like erase. Like you can even see like there's a little bit left over right here by her thumb, and I'm sure there's other spots too. Yeah, there's this weird smudge here, there's a smudge here. Yeah. No problem, man, glad to help. Yeah, like there's just like these dirty marks and stuff. It's ridiculous. And I could have sworn I cleaned this up, but apparently I didn't. So that's why I do the new method now. Is that all our basic colors? I think so. We'll double check with... this. Is it all black and white? And some see-through just because of the changes we had to fix. Yeah, it looks that way. I think all her basic colors are there. And that's just her teeth, so that's why that's white. So, yep. Aside from that, I realized I missed a spot. That's supposed to be background. So I'll just delete it. There we go. Photoshop is very handy. Makes your life so much easier. Alright, let's start doing some of these backgrounds. I'm going to pull up some of my older, or some of the cards I did during this week so that I can keep like a consistent-ish color scheme. We'll bring up Dragon Girl real quick. I did this one yesterday. It's another one of Evan's signature creatures. So, okay, they're this color. So select this brown for the cliff-like areas that we found here. These are a little closer to us, so we'll make them look. I had a feeling that was going to happen. We have to find the hole. Got to play find the hole. That's annoying. Oh, thanks. I'm glad you think so. I'm putting my all into these images. This is my very limit as it is right now. Of course, in time, there's always room for improvement. And what's going on here? I don't know if I found that hole or not. Let's see. Hole? Yep, there's still a hole. I don't know where, though. Oh, found it. There it is. That's the one tricky thing about doing traditional lines, is when you go over it again with ink, you wind up unintentionally leaving holes in the strokes. So you have to sometimes go back and fill them up with a black pencil or something like that. So there's the cliff areas. At least the ones that are closer to us. The ones that are further back, what I'm going to do is I'm going to gray them a little more, since they're a little further behind. So this one is this color. There. And those ones are even further, so I'll just make this one that, and then for the ones that are farther away, we'll go with something more like this, maybe. Just spunk and spunk. Oops, the whole thing like that. Oh, there we go. It's okay. We're okay. Let's do that. And okay. And I guess we'll put the grass in. I don't think there was grass. Oops, wrong one. Here we go. This one. Yeah, we'll use this color. That's right here for the grass, just so we can stay a little consistent. Because this is pretty much the same area. Dragon Girl and Vortex Maiden are pretty much in the same area of the skies. So you can actually see her down here, fun fact. Let's put this like there. Okay, so there's some holes. How's this one look? This one's good. Just like that. Okay, there's a hole in this one somewhere, and I gotta find it. Oh, I found it. Assuming this is the only one. Nope, there's a few more. There's this one. This one. think other than that, I think we're good. Yes. Yeah, that's right. Nope. 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 Do that. Okay. Is that good? Seems like it. Okay. So there's grass in that grass area. So this place gets wrecked. This is the only other one that has like grassy area. So we'll take this grassy color and we will knock it down to about that-ish. And for the trees, let's go a little up this way. No. We're gonna go that. No difference. Also, there's a little section here I have to get rid of again. Do you have any rules of thumb when it comes to the color theory between the frontal color and the one behind it? Like how the grass is less saturated the further away it is. That's basically what I do. Is I tend to just overall use more saturated colors, like Vortex Maiden's up in the front here, and I use like just for the most part like more saturated colors. They're not like pure blues and greens and stuff, but they're just they just have a lot more of a hue to them, I guess is the word. Yeah, as things go back, what I basically do is I'll just take the color and I'll go more towards the gray area, because things gray out more as they go further back in the distance because of like the atmosphere and stuff like that. So I don't know everything about color theory, but I take what I remember from school and apply it to whenever I'm working on a colored image. But it's basically that way. You just desaturate the color the further it goes back in space. So you make it more of like a grayish version of what it really is. Now I realized the guy's foot got colored the green, so I have to fix that again. And I gotta get rid of that. And I gotta get rid of that. And make that. Go. What else can we do here? The trees. Does that guy have two tails? Oh, this guy down here. This is basically a cloak. So like he's just has a really long. His cloak just it goes down like close to his feet, and the wind is making it blow up like this. So it's actually like the bottom of his cloak by his legs. Where do we go next? Oh, we want to do the dirt. We'll put the dirt. Dirt color. Something like this might be good. Color the white spots too. Any other dirt spots? Oh, yeah, there was like some over here. Get the grass spots again. That. It's kind of weird. Let's just fix it real quick. Okay. Oh, just a couple more grass spot right here. And okay. And then we've got the tree branches over there. So we're going to take what I would normally do for a tree would be like, depending like a normal tree, there. And just desaturate it, so knock it down to about there-ish. It still looks a little too saturated. Oops. Okay, yeah, it's a little too no, a little more brown. Let's go there-ish. Yeah, I'll just go with that. And then fill that spot up right there. Any other tree sections? I don't think so. No? Oh. Okay. Mountains. We do the mountains. Mountains in this... Whoops, I keep doing that. Alright, we don't really need the original Vortex Maiden anymore. I'll just exit out. Mountains. The fog's in the way. Actually, no, it's not. We just get this right there. So we'll use that since that's far away. So we'll just take that same color and throw it here, here, and here. And so there's another, yeah, these mountains over here. Okay. And then that same castle structure here. We'll put that where you see it here. Yep. So that's that. No, not the outline. Is this, okay. Yeah, so this. And then we also need spikes. And that's probably a bridge. I'll just use this color for it. And decide what color I want to use for that. That's not grassy area. It's more of like a rocky area, so we could take this color and go maybe just there. Yeah, that's good. I think that's good. There's that. I'll make this that too. And this color goes here. Oops. The color goes there. What else? It's like a moat, so we'll take what I would do for water. Desaturate it to about that. It's not close to the castle, actually. Let's do even closer to the castle. Let's go closer to whites. Make it even. That's different enough. Oh, rocks. It's this is going to be a mixture, actually. Or you could just take this color and not that one. that one. No. No, 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 no. That. There we go. Okay, rocks. Something didn't go right over there. I think these were a little too desaturated. Let's take this and go a little more over here. It's a little better. Okay, I think the other thing we're doing is coloring all the crazy stuff that's going on in the background. Alright, so we got the cloak guy over here. The under part will be more like this. And the cloak itself will be that dragon girl over here. So we need all the... Oh, forgot the little spot over here. Are there any things that your art takes inspiration from? The things that inspired me the most while growing up were Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Cardfight Vanguard, Dragon Ball Z, and some other anime styles have made a huge impression. Pokemon got me into anime in general, and over the years I kind of mimicked the anime style until I wound up with something like this, basically, which I don't really know what to call. Some people call it like anime and manga, some people call it a weird hybrid, some people just call it the way I draw. I don't know. It's hard to say. But this is sort of the comfy ground that I found in terms of like, oh, draw a thing how you would do it, and this would pretty much be my answer to that. But yeah, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Dragon Ball Z, and Cardfight Vanguard were all major inspirations. A little bit of Naruto. I didn't watch a whole lot of Naruto, but there were some characters I really liked. We need this. Just do similar to what we did with Vortex in this picture. Where we just kind of did the colors. So we'll have Yu-Gi-Oh!, Naruto, Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, Cardfight Vanguard. You like all the same stuff I do? What? Let's do... I must have made a mistake here. This neck is way too big. Let's fix it. Even though it is in the background, it's a little too big. Let's go with that. Now, does this cooperate with me here? then it should work. No, it doesn't. Okay. All right. Plan B. We just blotched in then. You're into Vanguard. Is there any clans? What's your favorite clan? Out of curiosity, picks you. Let's see. The yellow. Or the hair. I've only got started on it recently, so I don't know. Oh yeah, Royals are cool. There's a few units I really like out of Royals. I really like High Dog Breeder Akane, Flash Shield Assaults. Galatine's kind of cool. Soul Saver's really cool. Royal Paladin's actually the standard deck that I have in real life, although I've been looking into trying to get a different deck. But nobody in my town really plays the game, so it's like sad. My own favorite clans that I was a huge fan of Bermuda Triangle, which is basically like it's full of nothing but like idle mermaids pretty much. The other clans I really like are Shadow Paladin, Pale Moon's pretty cool. What else? What else I like? What else would I go with? I'm not really sure. They're all kind of neat in their own way. Shadow Paladin, Pale Moon, Bermuda Triangle. Angel Feather too is pretty cool. Yeah, Cardfight Vanguard is definitely my favorite of all the card games out there. Yu-Gi-Oh! Got me started in the whole card game interest thing, but Vanguard is the one I ended up sticking with. Oops. It's not going to work like that because of the way the Slayer's set up. So we just have to do it like this. And then we're just going to take little parts of the and then we'll do that, and that, and that. It's more or less Dragon Girl. Vanguard is really neat. It's a little overly luck dependent just because of the triggers. However, one could argue that the triggers make the game a little more unpredictable and just more thrilling. But like the card art on Vanguard is so good. It is so good. I thought about uh, doing card art like them, but I realized doing more cartoony stuff is just better off for me. Otherwise, I'll spend like a whole week on one image, and this game would not go anywhere. And that wouldn't be great. That would not be great. Look. Yeah. And the rest is this. Yeah, the Vanguard art is so good. So good. They were good back in 2011, and they're still good now. Skin is about white, so I'll leave it white. Hair is... I'll say it's that color. Yeah, lag. There we go. Actually, I think I can just... Yeah, paint bucket works now. There we go. And I think these are the same. Yeah, these are the same. Just take that. There we go. Okay, this is coming along. One of my favorite Vanguard artworks is Conflagration Dragon Gigant Flame. I don't know if I've heard of that one. Let's do a quick Google search. Curious to see what that guy looks like. Yeah, I don't think I've heard of that one, actually. Let's see. Conflagration Dragon. There's nothing in the reboot as far as I know. Oh, it's a Tachikaze card. Huh. This must have came out... Oh, I see. Yeah, this came out probably after I stopped playing for a short while. It was during G format. That's why I didn't recognize him. Yeah, Tachikaze's pretty beastly, too. They get a lot of advantage off of retiring their rears. Saw it on the internet when looking up synonyms for fire. Made me want to watch the show. Oh, neat. That's a cool way to run across Vanguard. Just happen to find it, and you're like, hey, what's this? And it's like, oh, Card Fight Vanguard. I'll watch this now. And I had a similar run into Vanguard. Basically, was I was part of this this group on Facebook, and one of the members, which is also a friend of mine, he posted a link to Card Fight Vanguard, and I was like, oh, what's this? And I looked into it. I'm like, this is awesome. This is gonna fill in that hole that Yu-Gi-Oh left within me. And there's Kale Draco. But yeah, Vanguard filled that hole in of that, like, I want to play a card game, but Yu-Gi-Oh's just gone so bad. And then Vanguard came out of nowhere and fixed it. Although it took another year for Vanguard to hit the States, because it started off only in Japan. Yeah, it's been a long day. I agree. I absolutely agree. And tomorrow's going to be an even longer day. Let's do that. But I was like, I have to stream today. Because I really want to stream this one. When did you quit Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5? I quit in Zeal. Or Zexal, as some people call it. It was right when Xyz were new in the game. I went to one sneak peek, and it was played a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh! With the Xyz, and then I was like, no, this game is getting way too expensive, and I can't keep up, so I'm out of here. And then I started playing Pokemon for a short while, and then that that didn't last very long because one guy, everybody just wrecked me, and I was just like, yeah, this isn't fun. I'm just gonna whatever. And then Vanguard came out a couple years later, luckily, and I got into that. In Yu-Gi-Oh! For the longest time, I had a Blue Eyes White Dragon deck. And I was like adamant about using only Blue Eyes White Dragon. It was really weird. I think I was just because I had like this big, like, I was just a huge fan of Kaiba that I was just like, I want to always use Blue Eyes White Dragon. And I think like sometime after like 2008-ish, I started running other decks. I made this really funny, with my brother's help, we made this really fun deck revolving around Magical Merchant that would basically discard cards into the graveyard to get Synchro Material cards. So you would summon like Junk Synchron, get a level 2 from the graveyard, sync into a 5, or sync with Junk Synchron with like 2 other cards to make Junk Destroyer, and then Junk Destroyer pop cards on the field, and play Debris Dragon to get Dandelion, sync into Black Rose. It was pretty fun. But then they hit Pot of Avarice and they killed the deck, and I was just like, really, guys? Why'd you have to go and kill that deck? I think it was fun. After that, I tried Dark Worlds for a short while, but it felt dirty playing them, and I still needed to buy like other cards. And I was like, nah, I'm just not into this. And then the last, I think I had the Agents, like the Agent Venus, Earth, Mars, etc. I had the Agents for a short while. And then the last deck I built before I quit was, I think it was a Wind Dark deck. I ran Gustos with some dark monsters like Blackwing Gale the Whirlwind and Dark Simorg, and the deck sort of worked. Sort of worked, sort of didn't. But then, out of nowhere, I was watching old Yu-Gi-Oh! Videos, like in 2015-ish, 2016-ish, and I ran into Cyberdarks, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember this archetype. Everyone used to, you know, call it horrible, and oh, they're so bad, and they don't do anything. They don't win the game, or they just have terrible bricking all the time, and I'm just like, I feel kind of bad for them, and they look really cool, so I built Cyberdarks. I mixed them with Dragoonities so that they had a little speed, but then it just so happened that they made Cyberdark support like dragons that actually work with them, and I was like, oh wow, what, talk about crazy timing. And so I just really like Cyberdarks, and they've just been my deck since a few years ago. So I only play Yu-Gi-Oh! casually now, and it's only really with one of my friends. Whenever we're like, we've played enough Vanguard, let's play a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh! Just for whatever reason. He has a Lightsworn deck with some mixture of graveyard effects. My computer's lagging again. Oh, there we go. Yeah, just for the memes. I just really enjoy my Cyberdark deck, so it's just a really fun deck to use. Let's go with that, I guess. as far as Vanguard's concerned, I only really have Royal Paladins right now. And I plan on picking up another deck. I'm kind of up and down about playing Bermuda Triangle again, because it's like, I got really obsessed with them last time, and I built like every possible deck that I could build for that clan, and it was ridiculous. And I don't, like I said before, there's no real tournaments around me either. So it's kind of like, well, I'm spending the money, but I can't really play this deck. Like, I meet my friends a couple times a week where I can play, and I can play against them, but yeah, it's kind of tough. I don't really know if I want to build another deck or not, and also because of money too. Money is always a factor. Money, money, money. I guess look that for. Whoops. I don't know why Photoshop does that now, where it doesn't just like automatically make the color you picked the one you have selected. Just for whatever reason, I like to just make it the other one. What else? What else? What else? What else? Guy over here. Let's make hair. We'll take this hair, but we'll make it. Hopefully my fans for this laptop aren't too noisy. I think I've done like some sound checks in the past before I started streaming, and people said that it wasn't purple guy in the background. What I'm doing is throwing in some of these images. Well, I guess the 3 creatures that I've done so far all have like background characters. Some of them are real characters, like anyone can pretty much tell, like once they see Dragon Girl, they'll think this is Dragon Girl, which is true. Some of these creatures are going to be cards in the future, or possibly cards in the much farther future, like in the addition of the lore in the background. Yep, we're going more for the lore this time around. Do something that the other card games don't really openly do, I guess. I know some of them do lore stuff. Yu-Gi-Oh! Does that a bit with the Gagagigo monsters. And Vanguard sort of unofficially does it, I think. Though I'm not really sure. A lot of fans claim that there's lore, but I don't really know if that's what they intend or not. Pokemon does it sometimes, but only sometimes. Yeah, I don't notice Pokemon do it too often. The purple guy that Pixu, the purple guy that you mentioned, that is definitely a creature. You will probably see that creature in Pack 3. When we get to the 3rd expansion. It's not too important what these colors are, because they're in the background anyway. Just go like that. And make the wings like radish. Usually within a pack. Oh, within a pack they do lore. So they don't do what was I trying to say? They don't do lore that shows up, say, in a future pack. They only really do it within the pack. Just do that? That's good. Take this color and we'll make the shield that color. And we'll take... The lag is real. Let me tell you. Make this. Yeah, there'll be a lot more. Not every card image is going to have like all these random little figures all over the place. That just kind of happened to be the case with Destiny Dragon, Dragon Girl, and Vortex Maiden, because they're sort of like the three like main creatures of the Wind Affinity, so they're gonna usually have like the craziest stuff going on. But I'll make the other backgrounds for the other creatures interesting as well. I'll try to change it up a little bit so it's not like every single one of these has like a whole like swarm of creatures going on in the background. For instance, Black and White had a pack where all the Pokemon were in the scene where it was frozen by Kyurem. Then in the following pack, those same areas had melted ice. More often is related to video games. Right, because there's always like a bit of a story going on in the games. Usually revolving around the legendaries. Like, what's this? Okay, this has appeared before. What color did I go for that? I think I went for this color. No, not that one. It was this one. This is basically a war zone right now. So it's like the difference between Dragon Girl and Vortex Maiden is we have peace and we have war. I did not like the Gen 7 games, only Pokemon games I played and never finished. Oh, really? Gen 6 was the one that I that was technically the one was my least favorite. But I did finish all of them at least once for each generation. Is it going to be a different time of day in the Vortex Maiden artwork? Vortex Maiden is pretty much going to be... it's going to be very stormy. So there's going to be like a gray cloud type deal going on. Dragon Girl's got like sort of a like late afternoon, early evening type deal going on here. Maiden's going to have basically like, since it's kind of a war zone going on right now, it's going to be like there's going to be a lot of grays in this picture, similar to her original image where there were storm clouds up above with a ray of light shining down. Let's see. I'll pick this color again for this guy over here. No, not that. That is wrong. Yeah, he's shooting a lightning blast, so take that color. These two blasts over here are clashing, so we're going to do sort of this thing. Let's see if that lets me... So we'll do it the other way. This card represents the subtitle, well, Clash of Creatures. Yep. The creatures fight. Creatures are fighting. It's hard to have a card game when creatures aren't killing each other. It's like, what else would you do? Well, I know there are other card games out there that don't revolve around monsters beating each other up, but that aspect always interested me, the collectible creature thing, and so I went with that as well. He's doing like a lag. Let's do like a windy looking blast. This one. That feel when you wish you were doing this 24/7, but you have to work in order to make money in the meantime. I've been feeling that pretty hard the last few days. Because I've been really enjoying making these card images again, because I went on a hiatus art field-wise for a while and was very rarely doing anything. But now that we've got TerraZone back up and running, I've been doing a lot more drawing. What should we do for dragon? Is there a dragon that looks like this in this picture? I feel like there is. Apparently not. We'll just take this color. Oops. Just take that color. Okay, I think we got all the flats. Yeah, looks like we got all the flats. What do we do next? So I did say we're going to do a stormy background, so let's just fill this with a gray color, just as a establishment. And then we'll go back with effects and stuff. Destiny Dragon is in the Dragon Girl artwork. Perhaps. Oh yeah, I may as well pull up Destiny Dragon actually while we're here, in case you didn't get to see it, Pix. And anybody else who happens to be watching right now. Mysterious cloaked person in the bottom left. Yep. There is a cloaked person down there as well. Let's get Destiny Dragon up. Just as a bit of a refresher. So I did Destiny Dragon on Sunday. It was the first card that I made for the remake of the game. And we did Dragon Girl. I did Dragon Girl yesterday. Well, technically Monday now. And we're doing Vortex Maiden today. I'm glad you think so. Yeah. It's a little bit of a weird spot there. I appreciate the fact that you like it. As I mentioned before, I'm pretty much going at my limit as of right now. What can I do in a day's time? Destiny Dragon took... how long did Destiny Dragon take? Destiny Dragon took a while. It's probably the one that took the longest so far. Comic book character... no, actually, I'll say right up front, it's not a comic book character. I'm keeping the comic and, I guess, the comic canon and the card canon different. Like, I'll confirm right away that in a lot of card game-based shows, there's like a monster world or a creature world where all the creatures live. The canon in the comic doesn't contain a creature world. It's still just a game in the comic. However, you could say the cards themselves have their own canon. So there's card canon, and then there's the comic canon and card canon. So in other words, this cloaked person is not from the comic series. Okay. Where do we go from here? I guess we could do renders. Name these, actually. I should probably name these. Yeah, that feel when you wish you were doing this full time. I'm not going to get to make another card until Thursday. I haven't even decided who it's going to be. Like, I originally, when I was starting this up, I'm like, alright, I'm going to do Destiny Dragon, then Dragon Girl, then Vortex Maiden, because they're like the main three. They're like the big names in Evan's deck, and are like kind of the main faces of the Wind Affinity, aside from Wind Sprite. But, yeah, now I don't really know who to go with after Vortex. I'll look at my wind creatures, or if I decide to jump into water next, because I'll confirm right now that I'm working on wind affinity creatures and water affinity creatures first, so that we can have 2 decks available that are good, that go neutral with each other. Because we purposely have it that each affinity has a weakness and a strength in terms of matchups. The wind creatures are good against earth creatures, fire creatures are good against wind, water is good against fire, and earth is good against water. And the future affinities after that will just happen to have whatever strength and weaknesses they have. Gust Dragon, what about... Oh, you mean in terms of my next choice? Gust Dragon, maybe? Maybe Gust Dragon, maybe Snadra, I don't know. Maybe I might stick with Wind and then do Water next week, or I might jump to Water. I'll see how I feel on Thursday and see what I go with. And I will be streaming on Thursday, but it won't be on this channel. It'll be on a different channel. Birds of a Feather. That's another option. Could do Birds of a Feather. I don't imagine that concept going to be changing too much. I was actually pretty happy with that card's concept image, whereas they were like flying off into the sunset. We'll probably just like obviously strengthen up the background a bit. That just answered my question. What question? What question did I happen to answer? Let's start doing renders, I guess. Background figures are going to stay. Alright, so we're going to want... It's dark and stormy, so we're probably going to push contrast. Let's see. Actually, that's too much like the hair. Yeah, it's too much like the hair. We're going to do... That's still too similar. It's probably different enough. Let's see. It's pretty different. What am I going to do instead? I just answered my question. If you were streaming on the game channel. If you were streaming on... Oh, if you were streaming on the game channel. No, I shouldn't be. It should be the Mystic Mass Media channel right now. Yes, I'm streaming on Mystic Mass Media. Yeah, I would have been like so annoyed if I was like, oops, this is the wrong channel. That'd be pretty awful. Yeah, I gotta remember to... I have to remember to, Oh, you mean for Thursday? No, I'll keep with our schedule where I'll do my solo stream on Ianthus's channel on Thursdays, and I'll do probably 2 streams a week on average on this channel. Sundays and Tuesdays. That way we can keep both channels going. I'd like to stream more, but my schedule unfortunately doesn't allow it. Oh, excuse me. Right, I have to decide on this. Her hair is close to her skin, so I might just have to deal with it. Let's see what we could potentially do. Is that color normally? We could go more in the oranges? Does that not make a difference? Doesn't seem to make a difference. Okay. I hate when it does that. I hate when the scroll thing does that. Let's go in that. That's pretty different. Background noise intensifies. Oh, so are you hearing the fan going off in my computer? Unfortunately, my laptop's kind of old, so it doesn't really like having OBS, and it doesn't like having OBS, which is the thing I'm streaming from. Oh, it suddenly got loud. Are you still able to hear me, at least? New to laptop, that computer sounds like it's activated its self-destruct sequence. Yeah, I know. But this... I can't afford a new laptop right now. Sounds the same to you. I don't know then. Stuff is going on. Oh, wrong layer. I keep doing that. Yeah, I would stream on the PC, but I don't have Photoshop on the PC, unfortunately. Something, but I'll fix it afterwards. Yeah, this thing is this laptop is pretty old. It's from 2012, and I'm honestly lucky it even works right now. The reason, I think one reason it's still working is that I had to get the hard drive replaced while I was in school in 2015. So after like 3 years, I got the hard drive replaced, and they gave me a brand new hard drive with more memory. And I think that's probably why this computer's lasting longer than it normally would. Yeah. Yeah, it's ridiculously old. Like I said, I'm very fortunate that it still even works. It's a miracle it can even handle OBS. It's always, as soon as I turn OBS on, its fans start kicking on, and I have to... I have a cooling device underneath the laptop, which calms it down a little bit. Could always invest in a Photoshop subscription through PC rather than money for a new laptop. If I could even just stick with CS6, honestly, because I've heard that it's gotten really complicated with the whole, like, paying Photoshop now. You have to pay, like, every freaking month or something. It's so stupid. I'd rather just pay it once and be done with it. But no, you gotta do a subscription now for some reason. I don't know why they have it that way. But they do. The one-time payment would basically cost you an entire laptop. Fishing's piece being stones. Like if they are all black with capacity. They did it that way was to make it affordable for average Joe, but you get more than just Photoshop with it. Oh right, yeah, because you get the whole like what do you call it? Get the whole. I guess we could try that. Let's try that, I guess. I don't want to go too dark. Let's try... like a darkish gray and then lower the opacity. That works. Yeah, I know. I knocked it down to like, what do you call it? 48. Knocked it down to 48s. So it sort of works. So, as fun as it is streaming, I probably can't stream for too much longer. I'll probably finish this off stream tomorrow after work. I'll try to finish it, so that way on Thursday I can start a new image entirely. That way we keep it up. Because we are doing pretty good so far. Computer has asthma. It's kind of weird that it suddenly got louder. It's kind of that's the strange part. Yeah, it's not too happy right now. When I was streaming last year a few times on YouTube, it was also doing this. So I think it's probably about the same in terms of with OBS particularly. It just takes a lot of energy out of this thing. Whatever you call it. Yeah, overheating. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, it's overheating a bit. ones. Like right here. Works well with the mood in the background. Yeah, I think it works. Just because it's a stormy situation. I'll just make this layer the just for this purpose. It's actually a little funny because Vortex Maiden is friendly, yet she's in this, like, very stormy situation, and she's got these dark shadows on her, and just like, I don't know, should I trust you? This, again. It's a little speck that I missed, of course. I think I have to get the... I wasn't even thinking about it like that. Oh, what is that? That's her hair, okay. It's supposed to be this color. Go. Lag. Yeah, having Photoshop and OBS and Chrome on at the same time does not make for a happy laptop. Laptop is not happy. Lag. Oh, the lag. Phone, what are you doing? Okay, just telling me what's going on. Just telling me what's going on, apparently. It's probably causing the lag too. Can change where I put this. Here. Left side, okay. Do the other side. Just for the sake of difference. Still on the loud side out of curiosity. The fan thing. Somewhat. The other day it sounded more like... Oh, my question was, is the fan still kind of loud? A little, but not too much. Okay. It probably kicked up. It'll probably like randomly kick on and be louder for a short period of time. And then afterwards, it probably quiets down again. It's done it twice so far. There's unfortunately not much I can do about that right now. Should probably save. Probably be a good idea. Let's do hair. Let's do hair. Me? Oh, right, yeah, we're just doing the same thing. Does that look like? Okay, yeah, that works. That works. Probably gonna show one more. Got some great visuals for TerraZone. Ooh. Did you now? At this point, I'm probably going to upload it. You send it to me whenever you can, and then I'm probably going to upload it tomorrow at this point. So it's technically tomorrow anyway right now. Because I have to go to sleep soon for work. It's all right. I got like a backlog too. Like I was supposed to start on Vortex Maiden earlier, and I ended up not doing so. And because of that, I'm working on it now at almost 1 in the morning. I'm probably going to finish her up tomorrow as well. Like if you give me the Terra Talk after I go to sleep, I'll upload it in the morning because I have the thumbnail already done. I made sure to get that done out of the way. Yeah, come on, you. Yep. That is the plan. So it'll still be a weekly. It'll just be 1 day off as normal, but I'm sure plenty of other YouTubers are late by a day every once in a while. Oh, the lag, come on. But I'll probably when I do the gaming stream on Thursday. Yeah, we're only human after all. Yep. When I do the gaming stream, I'm gonna try to do it on the PC laptop, and that'll at least cut down on the noise, at least for my gaming streams on the other channel. But as far as the art ones, I'll be using this laptop for probably a while yet until I figure out what to do. Like, I could go out potentially and buy a new computer, but it'll cost most of what I have, which probably isn't wise to do right now. Let's see. Make lots of money with TerraZone. Yeah, then I could buy like 5 laptops and still have plenty of money. Or just have like 1 billion laptops for no reason. All right, I'll check the Discord afterwards. Where am I going with this? Oh yeah. Oh no, white spots. Curses. Curses. Suggests ambient music headset with a mic at some point. Oh yeah, I could get a yeah, that's right, a headset would help, actually. Because then it would probably cut down on like weird fragments that may show up because I'm just using the mic that's built into the computer. So with the headset, it'll be more direct. Better audio quality, and you wouldn't hear the fan flipping an egg. Yeah, I think it's been like this for at least a year. Because when I was doing, like I said before, when I was doing the streams on YouTube, it was doing this. Does it say how long I've been streaming so far? Yes, no, maybe. No, it doesn't really say, okay. Well, at least not on the Twitch. Probably says on OBS. No, it doesn't. Okay. Well, started around... when was it? Oh, well, it will when it ends. Okay, yeah. I think I'm... What am I at? Almost 2 hours, maybe? I started pretty late. I have to get up for a reasonable hour tomorrow to go into work. Even though I wish this was my work. But gotta make the money. It's just how it is. Started around 11. Okay. Yeah, we are almost getting to the 2-hour mark then. Yeah, someday, if this is the work someday, that'd be pretty awesome. I have to say. I'd be totally down for that. Because every time I'm working on TerraZone related stuff now that we're like past a lot of the serious business and we're doing more fun stuff right now, like I'm enjoying it again. So I'm back to that time in 2015 when I was working on card images during the summer before my 3rd year at school. I was really enjoying it because I was like, yes, I wish this was my work. And now I feel that again. Because 3 days in a row now, I've just been working on a ton of TerraZone stuff. We've just been doing fun stuff. I've been doing card images. We've been doing streams. It's a fun 3 days. Busy, productive 3 days, I have to say. Let's go with this. Maybe one day this will work. One day. I don't imagine anytime soon, though. But we can at least keep going until it one day is work. Doing TerraZone full-time, that'd be pretty awesome. I don't know. Do you guys want to do TerraZone full-time? I know I do. That'd be pretty sweet. Yeah. Of course, you'd still do all the things that I know you both are involved in other matters too. So you still get to do the other projects as well. And then wherever I can help with said projects. Yeah. Yeah, come on. guess I'll call it in a few minutes. I'm gonna try to finish this up tomorrow, probably after work, even though I get home pretty late. Although there's not too much more to do. I did a lot of the time-consuming stuff already. Like it's drawn out, and the flats are done, and I've done a fair bit of the renders. So there's not too much more to do for Vortex. What that sound was. Yeah. Just a hair, a little more. Yeah, I think for now I'll probably try to get like a headset that has a mic on it. Maybe that'll help as a temporary solution, because I feel like this computer still has more life in it. May as well keep using it, especially because I still have so much on it. I do have stuff backed up though, just in case a tragedy happens one day. Although I'll have to do another backup very soon, because it's about 10 days behind. Ugh. Research and hit me. I appreciate it, man. Yeah. I don't really like my headset that I currently have anyway, because it doesn't have a mic. The other problem is that for some reason only one of the what do you call it? The earpieces, only one of them works. One of them doesn't for some reason. And it's fairly new too. I bought it like a year ago. And I remember it being like that the majority of the time. I mean, they were cheap. They were like 20 bucks or something. They were really cheap headset. So that's probably why. It's probably why they didn't last too long. Skulls streams up. That's something good. Okay. Probably going to end the stream in a few minutes. I have to get to sleep soon as well. Yeah, stupid. Come on. I did the rose tinted glasses, came out great. It's going full on with all that. Delightfully corny. Oh, we're doing more corny stuff? Us? No. No way. We don't do corny stuff. We never do corny stuff. We totally didn't put out a YouTube trailer where two guys pretended to play a card game in a store and were being overdramatic. No, no, we've never done that before. There's no way. Best part is when you say rose tinted vision, you happen to look down and then up. I did. It just turns to rose magical stars. Oh my. Oh. Kale Draco, this is why you're my video editor. This is why you're my video editor, because you do these crazy things that I would not have done. push this further since maybe to just doesn't look that good. Let's get rid of it. What else, dude? It's actually working. I think this is working. Making it consistent. What should I do now? Oh. No! Oh! Cancel. I meant to say save. I hate that stupid bridge option. It's so annoying. They put it right above save and I accidentally click it. Once in a while. Just leave. Right, guys, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here and I'm gonna finish this off stream. Because it's getting late. I need to get to sleep so I can go to work tomorrow. So, thank you to anyone who tuned in today, tonight, whatever. And look forward to streams in the future. If you want to see me again before I go up on this channel with sounds like playing a good top on Discord. Yep, don't worry, I will. If you want to see or I guess hear more of me, I will be doing a solo stream on Thursday on Ianthus's channel on Twitch. Other than that, my next card stream I plan to be on Sunday. And maybe then I'll also show this card finished, similar to how I recapped with Dragon Girl and Destiny Dragon, which were the other two images I worked on until now for the past few days. So there's a lot more cards to come. We got, let's see, I calculated I have to redo 98 images. And so far, I think we're down to 95. When I finish Vortex Maiden, there'll be 95 left. So there's plenty more where this came from. There'll be a lot more streams working on card images. So if you're into that, there's good news for you. There'll be a lot more. And also, even after that, I'd say, too, once we start working on other sets. Anyway, that does it for this stream. So, without further ado, stay tuned for more TerraZone content, and thanks for watching.